because everybody wants to. Oh, well,
Yep.
here's one my mom used to. But things like that where you're not asking for people to comment, right? You're just giving them an opportunity to comment. So.
Right. And diversifying content, something like that, to recipe to I put a post this weekend. I don't know if people saw it, but my hotel room, 7:30 in the morning. There were literally, I was thinking on the 10th floor, there were two guys hanging there, just jackhammers on the side of this concrete wall, and I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I go out there and I take a picture of it, just a 10-second video, and I put it on there and just say, "Good morning, everybody." And that, even now, I think it's like 900 likes or so. I mean, it's gotten some good traction. So anything like that. But you want to back that up with a, hey, don't forget about my services. Or I'm selling houses, or we have this house for sale. Just any kind of different thing. You want to diversify it. So, and I think that's going to be the key to getting to the top of Facebook. If you just have a comment on somebody's page every once in a while, well, you're going to go down. You got to be sharing good, pertinent content. So, again, anything clever works on Twitter, works on Facebook. Anything clever, general quotes, mortgage rates, listings, all that. How to tweet? Tweeting is probably the simplest. You open up the app. There's a little tweet button. You hit the tweet button and you type. You can copy. You can paste different URLs for different photos or GIFs or videos. You can even upload photos now. So very simple. You need any help with that? Ivan and Josh will come help you around. We'll stick around here to do it. Twitter and Facebook. This is the information about connecting your Twitter to Facebook. And this is going to be more for you to go back and refer to after the fact. But it just tells you simply how to connect it. And what it does is your tweets and your retweets will now post to your profile Facebook wall. Your username will be displayed to where people can go and follow you on Twitter. But if somebody replies to it, those won't be posted. It keeps your Twitter area clean. You can also link your Facebook back to your Twitter. The address facebook.com/Twitter to do that. The slides on the slideshow, we can refer to it as we need to. It's pretty simple to do. Once you do it, it's always done. Then anytime you tweet, it always goes to your Facebook. I also believe you can connect a lot of different apps. You can do your Instagram, as well as even I think you can connect Pinterest. But there's a long list of different apps that you can connect. YouTube, I think, is the big one. And we've been asked the question, since we provide a lot of video content for KW and other real estate agents. Why YouTube? Why is everybody going to video? It's very simple. It's again, the user count is huge. A very staggering statistic is that YouTube reaches more 18 to 50-year-olds than any cable network in the U.S. Going back to what I said in the beginning, where 15 years ago our ways of marketing were TV and billboards and little small print papers, stuff like that. Things that weren't measurable. You could never measure the results of those. There were certain Arbitron ratings or Nielsen ratings and stuff like that you could get for your radio promotions or anything like that. They give you kind of statistics, but they're very vague statistics. Now, with social media, people are creating very measurable results that show you what type of traffic and what kind of people are looking at your advertisements. YouTube is the biggest one, and it's going to take over. I would say this time next year, or maybe even later this year, YouTube is going to be on par with Facebook. Here's the thing. Like Ivan mentioned, Google now owns YouTube. Okay, so you have Google and YouTube trying to take over Facebook. That's not going to happen because they're two just giants, okay? They're two complete giants, but you're going to see a lot of the I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other ones fall off, and now we're YouTube and Facebook are the main ones. Yes, ma'am?
How do you get people to drive to your channel?
What's
How
that?
do you get people to drive to your channel?
I'll show you here. We're gonna show to create a channel, and it's as simple as sharing. You can share the URL of your channel page.
So what I'm saying is,
You share it on
there's a way,
Facebook.
just like obviously in the search engine of Google, if you have something in your query that's connected to your URL, Magnolia Realty, and you come up because you've connected your query to it, is there a way to do that in YouTube?
It's all through structured data and how your website is set up. If you're doing it that way, if you share a YouTube link to your Facebook page, it directly goes to YouTube. But if you take that YouTube link and you put it on your website in a blog, then you're creating the traffic from Facebook to your website to YouTube,
Gotcha.
and everybody's getting views. Does that make sense?
But there's not a way, in other words, to say, let's say somebody's looking for a home, and I just so happen to walk a home in that neighborhood, and my title to that home is, you know, Grace Point Homes.
Mhm.
And so they're on YouTube, and they're looking up the Grace Point Home Builder. Will my title to my video connect them to my channel?
If they're searching that, but now you're in the complete search engine game, okay? So what keywords have you set up on the video? What type of optimization have we done to the video and things like that? Is the whole profile for the video filled out? You have to make it easier for them to find, but the answer is yes. If they search for whatever, Grace Point Homes, and there's a video entitled Grace Point Homes, it's most likely going to come up, you know? So, but it's just like anything else, just like search engine optimization is, there might be 5 Grace Point Homes.
Right.
So you have to differentiate between zip codes and stuff like that, which Google's getting a lot better with geo-tracking and different zip codes and stuff like that. If you're searching within a zip code, it's going to give you the more pertinent information inside the zip codes, which is the driving factor behind this whole pertinent information thing. You know, they want to give you more direct information, and it's all cell phones. I want to know the best carpenters, the best flooring contractors right around me. I need one within 2 miles. You know, they want that type of search, as opposed to getting on Google and seeing who has paid more for this or more for that. Yeah. So YouTube video. I can't stress it enough. We have to use. Keep me posted on the time, Ivan. I can't. Video is going to take over. We have to figure out how to use it in marketing.
I mean,
It's very simple.
already.
Yeah.
Third of the people on the internet are on YouTube.
Third of the people on the internet are on YouTube, and you know, YouTube is the third most popular website in the world, next to Google and Facebook. And if you might one day see Google and YouTube merge together. I think that's happened. It's already your Google account is your YouTube account. But if they ever merge together, that might be how they do it. Merge together, and now they're the biggest website in the world. You know, possibly. We'll see. But yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah, GoogTube, you know, I mean, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, just amazing some of the stuff that's happening. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Every minute. 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube daily, 76 different languages. The average viewing time is 40 minutes. That's great. Think about how many advertisements you can put in there.
And that may seem intimidating because there is so much traffic, but also think about it's time investment to do these things, but it's not dollars investment. To get your face seen and the impact, how much do you pay every month for as opposed to just posting videos on YouTube?
And I sold my previous house, 100% people never even walked in it off of a YouTube video.
Yep.
I just walked around with my camera, kind of from front door, walked through the house, didn't talk a lot, just kind of.
We're talking to realtors, that's not a good example.
I was an agent at the time, so I was just like, I'm just gonna do this, and the people literally come in and said, they made an offer on the house and never saw it.
No.
So,
I just want to show you how to get those videos in front of other people, because my little old channel is nothing
Yeah.
compared to the YouTube world.
Right, and that's exactly what we're doing is we're creating content. You know, you connect the few videos that you might have to the blogs that you have, to the file, to your preferred vendors list, to your Facebook page, to your Pinterest page that has boards and boards of information, to all these different things. And all it is clicking, getting onto Facebook, liking friends, getting onto YouTube and following people, getting onto Twitter and following people. That's how you start to create your audience. Then it's just a matter of connecting things, you know?
Subscribing to the Keller Williams YouTube page.
Subscribing to the Keller Williams YouTube page, right. Right. Okay, so YouTube. Why? Why is it the most important? It boosts conversions. It's a fact that it boosts conversions. People click on them. People click on them, and if they get to the video and there's a click this button to learn more, they click on that too. They do. Shows great return on investment. There's a reason why it's the fastest growing media marketing tool available. It also builds trust. It's the quickest way to build trust. I mentioned this a perfect example of this is Mattress Mac. I read a little bit into his story, and I've been to several seminars that he's done, but when he was, his family furniture business was going completely out of business, I don't know, 70s, I don't know when it was, but completely out of business. He had $60,000 to his name, and he sunk it all into TV advertising. Every single bit of his money he's sunk into TV advertising. And ever since then, he's committed that amount of money and more to that, and we see where he's at today. Just that. At a time when it was, that was unheard of. Yes, ma'am.
I was just going to ask on YouTube, can you post other people? You don't have to have your own content. You can post other people's content as long as you source it.
Absolutely. And stuff like that. It's getting to the point where, like, when you share a YouTube video, I don't even think you have to cite it, because it's already there. People know where it came from. They know what channel it came from, So blog articles and stuff where you're putting them on your own page, that's a little different. You still have to cite those.
Keep in mind too, this is a side note, because we're also creating content, and because we're creating content and that content is landing on the Keller Williams YouTube page, if you want to share that content,
Y'all's content.
what that does is that helps, sure, that's sharing content from Keller Williams corporate, but all boats rise, right? Because it's saying the Keller Williams group, right, we care in the community videos, right? The Keller Williams group is a great place, that's a great place to work, which means more agents, which means more dollars in the pool, right, all that stuff. So that's why there is that, and I understand that we're all independent contractors, but very important that we share, go ahead and share what we're putting out, because we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? We might as well share the blogs, we might as well share the videos, because it's gonna help all boats rise. And we're gonna get crazy engagement. Then we're gonna come to the next team meeting and share our SEO numbers, and you guys are like, wow, we're all over the place, right? So.
Right. We've done some really great things in the past couple of years just without the engagement, like we were saying. The Facebook, our Facebook referrals passing up HAR this past year, that's amazing. There's not a lot of real estate companies that are doing that. And just simply what that means is more people are coming to our website from our Facebook page than our HAR. So, again, so video builds trust. Google loves videos. They own YouTube, so we just need to get used to that. The more video content you have, the better you're going to be graded. Video appeals to mobile users. Now 90% of consumers are watching videos on their mobile phones. That's actually 90% of YouTube is watched on mobile phones. So video marketing can explain everything. There are a lot of questions that I know some people will have, like a frequently asked questions. Maybe you have a home buying, first-time home buyers frequently asked questions. Well, put a video out on that and just refer people to that. Not only will that save you a lot of time in interacting with your clients, it also gives you a lot of gives you a sounding board to tell them exactly what you want. Use it to your advantage. That way, when they walk into your door, they're well informed with information you have provided. Video engages even the laziest people. Sitting on your couch, click, there you go. It encourages the social shares, it enhances email campaigns, and there's not a whole bunch of agents, or there's pretty much every industry is now using video, utilizing video in one way or another, but not a whole bunch of, say, real estate agents are. Not a whole bunch of companies are doing it right now, or at least doing it well. They're starting, and if you're able to jump in and get some of the network, that's great. That's only going to work to your advantage. A couple of quotes that I pulled. These are guys, Robert Weiss and Mike Henry. Robert is from New York, and he owns a big media company in New York. They do. Both of these guys are pretty much at the forefront of social media marketing, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. Just very simple. Business decision makers love online video because it gives you the most amount of information in the smallest amount of time. Very, very simple. And one good video can lead to a massive following. We see that in the entertainment industry almost monthly. A new person comes out, puts out a new video, and next thing you know, they have 10,000 people at their show. It's great. There you go. It's a great social media marketing is a great tool. You just have to figure out how to harvest people's network and use it to your advantage. Some infographics over here. We've already touched on a couple of those. It's insane to me the fact that YouTube is taking over cable networks. And why not? Because you have to pay for cable networks. You don't have to pay for YouTube. Now there is a premium option, and you can do certain things with it. But for the most part, it's a free application. So your Google account is now your YouTube account. If you have a Google account, you just once you're signed in there, it'll automatically set up your YouTube account. To create a channel, very simple. We'll go through this. If anybody wants help with doing that. Ivan, Josh, and myself will walk around after we're done. Very interesting quote. This was, I think, Bill Gates wrote an article in the Rolling Stone, I think it was. And the title of the article is "Content is King, Videos is Its Crown." And it was done 15 years ago, this article. And it's true. It's just, it has taken over, videos taken over the whole internet. And you're going to see, when you think about videos and the amount of size, the size they are, they're megabytes and megabytes of data. It's really causing the internet infrastructure to grow. So whereas YouTube is growing, the network infrastructure industry is growing as well, because it's got to support all of this video. I think one day you're hearing things about net neutrality, and this is a whole different soapbox, but net neutrality about giving everybody the same access to the internet, as opposed to where Ivan has big bucks, he can afford $2,000 a month for internet service provider. I can only do $200 a month. That means I'm going to get very slow internet, and Ivan's going to get the best internet. Well, that's how they're thinking about doing it, and there's a lot of people against it. I'm interested to see how YouTube plays, but the whole reason that's happening is because of the video, the amount of video that's coming. It's growing, it's huge. Got to get on video marketing. LinkedIn, very simple. We touched on this. It's why do you want it? Just for consistency and branding, for networking, and for an online resume. There are different things you can do with the premium version of LinkedIn. All different kinds of things you can subscribe to in different groups and job posts and job boards and stuff like that. But the main, I would say 99% of people these days use it as a resume.
LinkedIn is actually a really good way I've posted things on LinkedIn, and it's got fantastic engagement.
Yeah, it is.
Videos. And while I don't do Facebook, I do LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it's anything you're looking for, you can find it. And I've been often surprised at what networking can do through LinkedIn.
It's definitely growing. It's not one of the top 10 yet, believe it or not, but the business community likes it because that's where the resumes. There's resumes, there's job posts, there's and it has its own news feed and things like that. So again, it is another vehicle to hold your content. So that's definitely it's definitely worth doing, even if it's just for consistency across branding. Pinterest, okay, yeah. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this, which is that's great. I haven't seen. I actually searched for different real estate boards and to try and maybe find a certain real estate agent that was really doing this really well, and there were a couple, okay, but they're sharing, not necessarily home listings and stuff like that. They're sharing things like, what to click on or what to check on during a final walkthrough, articles like that. Articles that you can find. You can find certain infographics. You can find maybe you really know about home inspections, and you can write up a small article on what to inspect when you're inspecting, or what to expect when you're inspecting, all kind of different things like that. All those things are great to share on Pinterest. Anything from your home listings, again, those branded graphics work great. The best thing about Pinterest is it's just a bulletin board. All you do when you click on something, you get this. You get an image there. You get the image that's going to draw people in. When you click on it, you open up to this whole page. It gives you a very small 3-line description. You can save it for later, or you can read it. You hit read it, it straight up opens up the website that you put there. So it's not like it's going to open up another Pinterest web page and get the connections there. It's going straight to your website or whatever website you link it to. A great way. This is a very, very large net that you can throw, and also the amount of content that you can create and store here. It's unlimited, number one, but it's also just so vast. I mean, you can have bulletin boards on all different kinds of things. So I definitely look into it. Like I say, I think it's growing a lot more. The National Association of Realtors website, I did find some information on it, and they think that it's going to be a viable thing to show you. It's going to reiterate the fact that you're an expert in real estate by having a Pinterest and having a bunch of pertinent information there. It's very, very simple to, when you do a Pinterest account, you want to make sure you do a business account. You can have a personal account, but also a business profile would be good. And it's so simple to move around the app. You scroll, you hit something. It's pretty easy to create boards. There's a create board button, and you can organize things into different albums. I think I was thinking some good albums. Would be like property types, different property types, luxury homes, townhomes, condos, or you could go and do a board of kitchens or backyards or backyard kitchens or all different kind of things. The possibilities are endless. You could
backtrack on this. So you can
Yeah.
also on YouTube do this. You can create playlists, right? So
Yeah,
your playlists
backtrack.
about tips to selling homes, tips to buying
Right.
homes, whatever you like. It's a good way to point people to a play. So when people are searching on your YouTube, they know exactly what they're looking for instead of just this person has 42 videos.
Right. Very similar to this, you can categorize them into different things. Hey, videos of luxury homes, videos of kitchens, or videos of the putting in a sprinkler system. Yes, ma'am.
This might be an after-thought question, but what I get confused about is like I can post these all day and do this, but like whenever I send them to my website, so if I'm getting like maybe some lead generation or being able to track that, I don't really understand like, and this could be an after-thought question, but do I put the do I have a blog page on my website that they're going to be able to read what they came for?
Yes, ma'am.
On my website?
Yes, ma'am, and it's all up to you to set up your information the way you want them to see it. For instance, most of the things, what we do on the front of the KW website is there's the 3 picked featured home listings on the slider. There's call to actions on each of those. So we know if somebody goes there and looks at the first frame of our website, they can pick 3 homes just like that. They can submit to find their own home, and they have access to our whole menu system. So it's all setting people up. Like if you put a link to your website, you might not want to put the link to if we do the KW Woodlands website, we're going to do kwwoodlands.com/training 2018 or / whatever the actual blog post is. That's the good part. What do you want your clients to know? You want them to know a certain bit of information that you are an expert on. You write the blog post, back it up with any other material that you want, whether you find a picture or something, put picture or a certain video, put your information in there to tailor it to bridge that gap from what the post says to what you want it to say, and that's the page that you share. So, and that's the thing, you can share it on Pinterest, you can put it on YouTube, you can put it, the videos are great because they go everywhere except for Pinterest. But that's kind of how it works. You definitely direct them. You need to direct the user to exactly where they want to go. Most likely they won't surf more than 3 or 4 pages. So within those 3 or 4 pages, calls to actions are the big things. And that's also things that Google looks for within your web page. How many calls to action do you have? How many links out of your web page do you have? How many links into this web page do you have? So the more of that you can create, the better.
Pinterest will help with, if you're having like a null in your content creation mode, like you
Right.
what I need to write about or something like that. Like it's what I do with Pinterest. I'm like, I want to build something. What am I going to build?
Yeah.
Just get in there and go through things. Yeah, like it's just
Right.
finding. It gives you all the content, and then you can make it your own, or you can just reference it completely. It's kind of gives you stuff to talk about.
Idea generator.
I would use Pinterest alone for the infographics.
Yeah.
Because you can find infographic after infographic after infographic, and you can post them on your Facebook as long as you cite them. And again, like I say, citing on the internet that's kind of up in the air about how it's all going to land. Supposedly, if you can click something and go to their content, they get credit for it. So,
So I'm
Yes, ma'am.
confused, like if you share it, if you're on their site and you share it, and it
exactly. That's what I say. But it depends.
Physically add something else?
It depends on where it's coming from. Sometimes if it's a blog article and you're adding your own content, yes, you want to cite it. If it's just a straight up share of a video, no, you don't need to cite it. Or a share of a infographic, no, you don't need to
With
cite it.
Pinterest, if you were to share a Pinterest graphic, you can add it to one of your boards first. Like, so if you have a board that's talking about, master bathroom designs, you create a master bathroom and share it from that location. It's gonna take them to your Pinterest, which will also give a back end through your profile to your website. But if you're
Exactly.
sharing theirs, they get it. So it's just like how that.
Put it on yours first.
Yeah, put it on yours first, because it's really, you want the click to trace back to you. You're
Right.
trying to generate that lead. So if you don't own the content, but in your little ecosphere, it's giving you the lead in a way.
Does Pinterest connect to YouTube just like Instagram connects to Facebook? How you can just
Pinterest doesn't connect to YouTube just because it's two different things. Pinterest is just a straight up, just think of it like a bulletin board. That's all it is, it's a bulletin board. And you yourself can have an unlimited amount of bulletin boards. You can name them anything you want to name them. And people can go and subscribe to them. Like I could follow, if you have a bulletin board on fishing, I'll probably follow it. I'll go to your fishing bulletin board and I'll follow it. You know?
just that board, you can follow specific
Yeah,
boards.
follow specific boards. You can save specific posts. I could save one to my board and then share it from my board, and then eventually you'll get the credit or whoever had the original material.
I follow my wife's style board, because she'll think, I like this shirt, I like this thing, so I know how to shop. So she's,
Ah.
I do the same thing. I have a big Jeep park one, so she
Yeah.
can go see what I'm looking for.
There you go.
It's a shopping list.
Yeah, very easy to print off your shopping list. So,
Hey, just only one.
yeah.
It's about telling the story. You guys tell the story of who you are too. Share things like I love you said fishing.
Right.
And this whole IMKW idea, right? We're all different, right? But there are people that will relate to us because of our hobbies, because of our lives, And so, what a great opportunity to show off who you are. Right? This is what's important to me.
Right. Back to Pinterest. The best part about Pinterest is that it creates a direct link to your page, just like Instagram. Whatever page is linked to, it goes directly to that page. It's a direct link. The user base is also growing very rapidly. It's right now, I want to say, it's above LinkedIn, but it's growing very rapidly. And the more people that get on it that can't get off of it, it's just a great help. I've been an advocate for it. Somebody told me about it, 2 months ago, and or because of all this, I kind of got in there, and it's a great platform. Yes, ma'am.
It's still primarily female, though, right? That's using
I,
it.
I don't know. I mean, because I look at all kinds of stuff in there, boats and
Stereo equipment.
yeah, just musical equipment. There's all kinds of stuff.
Become an e-commerce as well.
Exactly. And a lot of DIY projects, a lot of them. So
It's become an e-commerce as
Yeah.
well. Like you can buy and sell, so they're
Yeah.
kind of doing like the Etsy model as well. So it's
Right.
it really is. They're doing a good job of kind of
Right.
making it something besides just a female
Right.
based.
Right, that has been.
right.
I think I may have been the only guy on that website.
Yeah, I'm one. I bought into it and I really like it. I use it probably more than Facebook and anything else right now, just because it's very simple, accurate information. So, and very easy to get to the information. I've also seen a lot of people doing the clickbait thing here, to where you click on something and then you read the first 3 lines and you have to click something else and then you get pop-ups. So you have to be wary. This platform, just like anything else, you want to put pertinent, good information on here. So. Google Plus. Now Google Plus is different than your actual Google account. Your Gmail, straight up Google account is one thing, and then Google Plus is basically your Google business profile, okay? This is actually what connects to Google Maps or any type of Google search engine listings. You see that column on the right-hand side that has the map and then some information. That's where they're getting all this information. If you do have a big enough web presence, Google will go and catalog and put it like that. But it's a lot simpler for somebody who doesn't have a large footprint to actually go and get a Google business account or Google Plus account, which is just basically a Google business profile. It'll help structure all your information for Google Maps and any of Google's services. If you have a brick and mortar location, you definitely want to do this. Definitely want to do that.
So they can show up.
Yeah, exactly. So that you show up. If you don't do this, you don't show up. You know. So that's the biggest thing there. And once you do show up, once you have this Google Plus, then you start the world of reviews. People can review you as far as how your services and stuff are. It's a I don't know how I feel about that. I wish that it could be taken off, but society is taking a hold of it. They look at Google reviews, Yelp reviews, all those things. I do think that I don't know who owns Yelp, but I think Google's going to eventually buy Yelp, and all of those things are going to be rolled in together. Your Google review or your Google rating is going to be your whole internet rating. Okay, so you got to get on there, start getting some good reviews. We've talked about brainstorm some ideas of how to get people to review your page. How to get people to review your Google page, your web page, just anything. How to put reviews. There's a lot of really good ideas. I think that that's something that as a group we should brainstorm, maybe come up with some ideas for real estate agents to do. But you want to get testimonials from your clients, number one, try and talk them into doing it. Some people do like, well, if you leave a review, I'll give you a $50 gift card, stuff like that. I don't know. That's kind of a good review, exactly. There was a restaurant.
$50.
Yeah, exactly. There was a restaurant that was doing if you leave a 4-star review or better, you get a 15% discount, stuff like that. So you can leverage all those things. Yes, ma'am.
Because there's reviews on everything.
Right.
There's Yelp, there's Zillow,
Right.
there's
Right.
all the real estate. So, because you send your client, you're not gonna say, then Harrison's one, if you're
Right.
on the platinum agent list. So it's like, where do you go? You don't want your agent to go, you don't want your client, you're gonna send it to them, like all these different places. You have LinkedIn, it just goes
Right.
on.
The review system is very fledgling right now, and that's what I say. I think that eventually I think Google's going to take it over, and then you're going to have a Google review number. You as a person or you as a business are going to be reviewed. Hey, you're a 4.5. You're this.
If you were gonna do a review for anybody, or you're asking clients to do a review, that's where you would send them, if you have this set up?
I would send them to your Google page. It's basically Google Maps. I would send them to Google Maps. They find your listing.
Request 5-star realtor in Magnolia.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
already it.
exactly.
And they'll only pull up 5-star realtors.
Right. And
That's another one that was pretty big back when I was.
what's that?
Owls.
Yeah, and
That's a good place for reviews too. Maybe pitch your battles. Okay?
exactly.
17
Facebook.
reviews.
Facebook
Yep.
does it too.
Yep, exactly.
Yelp, it
Two
shows
clients
on
did a
Google.
review on Yelp.
Yeah,
and Yelp's like,
exactly.
"Well, we're not really showing
It does.
a
It shows on
review."
Google. So
And they were
the-
bona fide, completely,
the-
the clients just went and did it by themselves, we didn't, and Yelp was kinda like, well, we're not really sure, we're not really, and I'm like, okay, this is not gonna work.
Google helps because it keeps it.
yeah,
Google, going there, it helps because with YouTube, with Google and everything, SEO, reviews help. Like
Right.
especially if your website, it's linked to that, that's gonna help you be noticed faster. You're higher in the searchable criterias, I guess.
people.
Google, Facebook reviews show up.
Right,
So it's like
Facebook reviews show up
on Google.
right. On your profile.
On your like if you search your name on Google and you're on the sidewalk, it'll have your Google review and then it'll have your Facebook.
Facebook reviews. Yeah. And it's also going to depend on the structured data for whatever website that is, because if she doesn't have her Facebook connected in a certain way, it might not show up that way. But you're right.
Connected, it just happened.
But you're right. The reviews what's happening is it's creating a whole different industry, which is reputation management. A lot of the companies, like there's a particular bank in town that's been getting a lot of bad reviews that you go in and say they have 50 good reviews and 20 bad reviews. Well, what they decided to do is actually contact each one of the people that put in a bad review. There's a lot of different things that Google wants you to do. They want you to reply to the reviews and say, hey, thank you for the good review. Or, hey, could we have done this better? I noticed you only put a 3-star review. Can we have done this better? They're wanting engagement. They're wanting to get people engaged in your content. So that's reputation management is going to be a bigger thing. These reviews are going to be a bigger thing. It's a fledgling deal right now. Nobody really knows where it's going to go. If I had my bets on it, I would bet that Google takes over it all. If they're already looping in your Facebook reviews, I bet they would eventually buy Yelp or take over the restaurant reviews, and there you go. Now we're going to classify businesses as their Google review number. You know, I'm interested to see that as a speculation there. I think it's going to happen. I see it happening. Google and YouTube have already merged. You know, Google's going to merge with a lot of people.
What's the ask to your clients? Because how many of us go to Amazon and you got the same G part? You know, I got 4 plugs for my CJ, and it's like, okay, I could pick one of 50 people. Well, these people have 500 reviews and all 5 stars. And that's always, that's just where I go to. You know, so it's worth the ask. Just like when you sell a home and you ask people to, you know, would you refer me and who would you refer me to, right? Also, but I would pick Google for sure and add it to whatever. If it's Al's or I wouldn't ask people to leave me 5 reviews because that's just overkill, you know. So.
Reviews do make a difference. We have a person who's doing Google AdWords, and our question was, if we just throw more money, will that better his results? Well, it did, but the overall problem that he had with his Google presence was his reviews. I think he only had one bad review, you know, but he only had
Like
5 reviews total. So what's the
Why are we
answer?
not winning?
Yeah, exactly. And but I'm throwing all this money in there, and we really want to make it happen. Well, the best thing to do is go in and, you know, yes, contact that one person or put a reply, see if you can get her to change the review. It's only one person, you know. But ultimately, also, you need 30 or 40 reviews because you're
20%.
Exactly.
20%.
Exactly. Add more reviews, and your percentage goes down a lot.
We went from number 1 on the bottom
Yeah.
half of the ads
Yep.
on the page, right, for different searches for that particular client, to the number 1.
The number 1 spot.
The number 1 spot on multiple different searches too.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
just
And
by changing reviews.
And we're talking about very general searches because we tried to, instead of honing in on a search, we tried to do very broad searches, and still it comes up number 1. It matters that if you're playing the Google AdWords, you mentioned it back there, Google, to get up on the Google listings, you do have to. You do have to pay to play. Our last meeting, we showed a Google search engine result page, and it was very slight what they did, but they made at the top, usually the 3 ads that you would have on your search engine results page, there would be 3 of them on the top, 3 of them on the bottom, and then certain ads that scrolled on the side. Well, what they did was they added another one on the top. So now there's 4. They also added a featured locations bar, which dropped the organic search listings down to only 3. Any Google search engine's front page, you're only going to see 3 organic listings. Everything else is paid for on that page. So that's absolutely the truth. I really see us having to play Google's game and YouTube's game and Facebook's game to get on there.
I don't know how successful they would be with that, though, because now I've got to the point where when I go to Google something, I know to skip the first 4 that come up.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that actually have.
That's why SEO still
Exactly.
matters also.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why SEO still matters, and your structured data, having your website set up correctly, still matters, because a lot of people don't do that, and that's one of the easiest ways to get credit from Google. So, yes, ma'am. No?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm scratching my arm.
Oh. Okay, so the general idea altogether is to get your network. Think of a network. You want to start with you on the wall, and you want to connect yourself to Facebook. And you want that Facebook to connect to 100 different articles and 5,000 different people and all of their articles and all of their people. Okay, so that makes a huge just spider web of network. Then you want to do Google+. Same thing there. Pinterest, Twitter. You want to have as many as you can keep up with. But you don't want to just open the accounts and let them sit dormant. If you do that, you get a negative grade as opposed to not having anything at all. So having them and not doing anything is worse than not having them at all, in Google's eyes, nonetheless. So other than that, the whole goal as like I said, as social media marketers, is to pertinent files, the largest collection of pertinent files and web pages as possible. The larger and more professional your content is, because Google does look to see that you have professional content, not just something you scanned in that's a loose leaf notebook paper. They want to make sure. Again, I have no idea how they're checking all this stuff, but they do claim they are checking it, and they're rating it, most everything that I've seen, pretty appropriately. That's the whole goal here. The largest footprint that you can put on the internet network of pertinent, valuable information to your clients. It's going to create value to your clients, bring you more traffic and more sales.
Stormy, talk about, just real quick, you mentioned a few meetings ago, an ALC meeting, how, Keller Williams Realty, we were, Women's Magnolia, we were competing with, like,
Right.
HAR. I just did a search on my phone,
Mhm.
right? And well, after this, when everybody engages with social media, we're gonna be, so there's Realtor.com, there's Zillow, there's,
Truly
and then
is.
there's, depending on the search, there's Mike Cedar and us, right? Okay, so it's like this.
Right.
Yeah, so, but, hey, the point being is this, we used to compete with just local realtors, right? Now we're competing with HAR.
Right.
Right, because of engagement, because of SEO, because of blogs, because of all the activities that have been going on the last couple of years.
Right.
What difference would it make if everybody in Keller Williams got involved with social media?
Exactly.
Like, we would crush the competition.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely, and it really starts with your foundation. Your website has to have what's called the structured data to it. Everybody's heard of WordPress. Now, WordPress is a great content management system that provides the structured data, and it is what Google and other search engine results pages have started looking at. What structured data is in your file system. Google's going to know there's the logo. There's the high resolution logo. There's the iPad Retina logo. You load up 5 different logos. It's going to know that there's the description of the website. There's the short description of the website. Here's the featured image of the website. It's putting the data in the right places when you're building a website to where Google can go and grab that. And that's what's keeping all this together. You have to start with a structured foundation of your website, and all the attachments to your Facebook and all that. Once you get all of that structure, all of this stuff will start flowing, and when you share something, you're going to create great value for you and the rest of the people on your network, because if you create a link to someone, that's also creating a link for them too. Somebody had a question? Nope. I guess we can kind of go around here and take the last few minutes and see if anybody needs any help do anything. Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm concerned with people that want to befriend me on Facebook, and then you look to see if you have, friends in common or what. And then it always seems that they just click with it, it's like 1 hour, and there's no, past references, it's all brand new. Like they just did it to contact me. Is that suspicious?
When you say when somebody befriends you?
They would ask for a friend request and.
I don't think it's suspicious. Here's the thing: like your goal, really, your goal is to create an audience. Okay, so you want as many people as you can, and fill it up. Right now, I know my friends list is at 5,000. So what I do is I eliminate people. Somebody puts something dumb or something that I don't want anybody to see, they're gone. They're unfriended. They're out of there. I just start marking it down every week. I'll do 20 or 25, make room for new people that want to come in. I've never really had. If somebody posts something that is just not supposed to be there, Facebook's going to flag it. It's not. They aren't going to hack your system. They aren't going to do anything like that. They can't do that. If somebody hacks into Facebook, Facebook will be the first person to know about it, and you don't have to worry about it. So I really don't worry about different friend requests. If you have somebody on there and they are doing stuff to your timeline or your news feed that you don't like, delete them. Block them. Report them to Facebook. There's all kind of different things you can do.
Don't open up messages that you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be on the other end of that.
Yeah, now Messenger is definitely a different issue. People do kind of spam and scam during that with that, but it's pretty easy to weed it out. you know, a lot of times you can look at the web address that it's coming from, you know, and if it's coming from some weird web address that's not in English or something, you know, I mean, you can eliminate it. Just don't open it, you know. If it was something valuable that they wanted you to get, they'll probably write you back and say, hey, did you get that? You know, and you can say, no, I deleted it. Send it again.
Any other general questions?
General questions.
So, you know, just the little bit of a bow, those slides at the very beginning that I just went through very quickly that we actually shared in December, so I didn't want to spend much time on it when we were going out of time, but guys, everything is switching to digital content. Everything is switching. If you think about marketing spends aren't going up, right? There's the recommended percentages and everybody's a little bit below that, okay? So people are still spending the same amount of money, but you see like the amount spent on digital is more than double, right? So print is going away. I mean, more people are, you know, YouTube is bigger than cable news.
Bigger.
Commercials are gonna go away, right? We're gonna be at, this is where everything is going, okay? So now's an opportunity to get involved, and here's the thing, I just wanna take the intimidation out. That's why we'll stick around and answer questions about how to create a Facebook page, you know, how to embed a YouTube, like whatever you like. The intimidation may feel kind of heavy. Here's the point. You're not spending a bunch of money to do it, right? Especially for content that's being created for you. Use that. Push it out, right? Find other content. Share. And in doing so, you're creating these links that Google and all these digital outlets love, right? So you're creating your digital profile without spending tons and tons of money on print media or commercials or so. That's it. All right, we're going to stick around. We can answer questions.
Hey, everybody, take note of my email address. It's scooper@realcontentsolutions.com. I believe it's posted on your website somewhere, but it's S Cooper, as in Stormy Cooper, sCooper@realcontentsolutions.com. Feel free to ask me any question about your web presence. Feel free. Feel free to. I'm opening myself up to answer questions. I am gonna. Yeah. I'm Yeah. Yeah. Right. To give you a disclaimer there, I'm going to send you to, I might not be able to handle the problem. I will send you to whatever avenue you need to go. You want video content, we'll send you to who you need to talk to grab some video content for sure. So all kinds of stuff like that.
Hey, did anybody take, this is an off question before people start leaving. Did anybody help with the hurricane relief at the time in here? Did they say that to you?
Harvey.
Alicia.
Well, for our INKW video, we would love to get one or two of you to come and support INKW and give them for set out. I'm glad to be a part of the company that gives back to YouTube's great. So Christopher, set up the camera over here. That's for the bigger video. We'd love to get that. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, if y'all have any questions, just raise your hand. We'll come around to you there.
So on my professional page,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
having trouble tagging.
Okay.
The coach wants us to tag her